So in today's video, let's talk about my most used gear for 2022. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So before anything else, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you guys who are subscribed to the channel for continuously supporting the channel. And at the same time, if you haven't subscribed and you want to learn more about off-camera flash photography, then this channel is for you. So you might want to consider subscribing. And while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you guys want to see more of my images or some of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. So what you see here now is my most used gear for 2022. And it's actually a mixture of both photo and video because I have been transitioning from just pure photography to hybrid photography. In other words, I've been doing a lot of content for you guys, so I've been learning video also. So a lot of this is photo, video, and for post-production because it is not complete after we take that image or after we shoot that video. We also have to process it, and some of the equipment here are my essentials that makes my workflow so much easier. So let's begin with the most obvious. So the camera that I've been using for most of 2022 is my Sony A7 Mark IV. I just truly love it, and I actually can't show it to you because it's the one that's recording me here and the one that's recording here. So this is my A7 Mark IV. You could see it's mounted on a C-stand, which is one of the things that I also want to discuss as one of my most used gear for 2022. This particular C-stand is the Avenger C-stand from Manfrotto, and it's perfect for holding up my camera like this. And at the same time, I use it for all my beauty shots because it's a perfect boom. It's very stable. It's such a good investment to have a quality C-stand in your studio all the time. Then moving on, my most used lens for 2022 is this one. This is the Sony 24-70 f2.8 G Master 2. This particular lens never left one of my cameras. In other words, the moment that I put this on my camera whenever I'm shooting a wedding or taking a trip, this has been the lens that I use all the time. Why? It's so light, it gives me the most usable focal length, and at a constant aperture of f2.8, it's just really fantastic. And of course, the image quality that comes out of this thing is truly amazing, worthy of the G Master logo. Right, what's next? Let's go lights. Now, if you guys are familiar with the channel, you know that I've been transitioning a lot to off-camera lighting. Let's not even call it off-camera flash photography anymore. It's lighting in general, off-camera. And I have been transitioning to continuous lights. And the continuous light that I've used so much is this one. This is the Nanlite Forza 60B. The beautiful thing about this light is that it's bicolor and it can be powered via an AC outlet or a handle such as like this one with NPF batteries mounted on it, and you could battery operate this thing and just bring it anywhere. So this particular light is something that I've used so many times this year, and it just never really leaves my bag. Then of course we have my flash, my go-to flash. I have a lot of flash units, the bigger ones and the smaller ones, but I am always drawn to the F60RM. This Sony F60RM is just so reliable. It's powerful enough for me to control and overpower the sun, and it just really works. That's why I've been using this for such a long time. Actually, even before 2022, this has been my go-to flash, and it will still be my go-to flash even for 2023. Now, since we have our lights already, we need modifiers and mounts to put these things on light stand. So my favorite go-to is this one, the MagMod Mag Grip. This MagMod Mag Grip basically just attaches to the back of to the hot shoe of your flash like so. And this particular area here connects to your light stand. And the beautiful thing about this one, it's very easy for you to tilt. So this MagMod Mag Grip is basically one of my go-to flash mounts here. And aside from the MagMod Mag Grip, I also use this one. This is the Photic Cerberus. The Photic Cerberus is very similar to the MagMod Mag Grip, but instead of mounting via hot shoe, the Photic Cerberus mounts via a grip this way. Now, the reason why this Cerberus is different from this MagMod Mag Grip is the Cerberus allows for you to attach modifiers that are Bowens mount, like so. The MagMod Mag Grip is really just built for MagMod products, but which is also good, which brings me to the next product that I've used so often in 2022, and it is the MagMod Starter Kit. The MagMod Starter Kit is basically the mag spear, a grip, you've got a grid, and gel filters. So this system is a perfect combination to the F60RM. You mount it this way, like so, and everything just magnetically attaches, like that. And the beautiful thing about this one is, of course, that you've got gel filters, so you can change the color of your light. You have your grid so that you can control the spill of your light, and you have your spear to make it softer or at least more evenly distributed. So the MagMod Mag Spear, there. Now, what else do we have when it comes to lighting? Oh, one last. My favorite modifier, the Nanlite Lantern 60. This modifier is something that I don't think I will ever get sick of using. It's beautiful. It gives very soft light. You can see how small it is, and look, it's that light. So this particular modifier works so well with the Nanlite Forza 60 whenever I am shooting weddings or on location. And at the same time, it's also going to work properly with my flash system through the use of this one, the Photix Cerberus. Let's put this here. Actually, also in terms of lighting, I have one very cheap photography gear that I'm sure that you guys who are familiar with the channel has seen it so many times, and it's this one. My 30 by 40 foam board, which I use as a reflector, I use it as a flag, I use it as a background. Fantastic piece of photography equipment that's not really meant for photography, but it's so inexpensive. I have tons of this in the studio. I just love using it as my secondary light source, meaning as a reflector. Okay, so moving on from the photo aspect, let's go to the video aspect. In the video aspect, I have this one. This is my Atomos Ninja V. So if you guys are familiar with the channel, you know that I love giving a live view of the actual shoot, and I'm able to do that because of this one. This is a monitor and a recorder at the same time. So I connect this to my camera, so it records a live feed of my camera, which is actually very helpful for you guys. And that's the only reason why I have this. This is actually for you guys. Now, I also have this one, the Manfrotto friction arm. The Manfrotto friction arm is basically my do-it-your-all arm. This one I love because I can mount the camera on it, I can also mount the light, and I can mount basically anything. And coupled with a super clamp, I can basically mount this anywhere, mount my flash. Just a nice piece of equipment to have. All right, what else is here? So here, I have here the FXLION V-mount battery. Now this V-mount battery I use so often because of this feature here, right there. It's got a USB-C and a USB Type-A. And this is powerful enough to power my laptop. So this one becomes my emergency power pack. At the same time, it's also my power bank for my phone and for my camera in case I run out of battery. And yes, it does power this one, the Nanlite Forza 62, because this is a 98 watt per hour battery, so it's capable of powering the 60 watt light at full power. Then recently, I got this one. This is the Nitecore BB2. It's an electronic blower. It's basically meant to blow the dust away from your sensor and your lenses, but I've also found a good use for it. We use this to blow the hair of our subjects whenever we want that wind-blown hair. So this one, and also for your keyboard actually, to clean your keyboard, to clean a lot of electronic stuff, this is actually perfect. That's why it's always in my bag. Now, another thing that I have in my bag all the time is this one. This is a SanDisk 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte SSD. This is the one that's shockproof and weatherproof. It's just beautiful to have to be able to back up all your files in an SSD like this one because it's so durable and it's so fast. That's the most important thing. So if you're like me that I use multiple computers whenever I am editing or working, it's always best to have all your main files here, or I put all my working files here, and I don't feel that it hinders my workflow. It just works really fast. I love this one. Now, since we're transitioning towards computers already for post-production, let's talk about this particular mouse or attachment or accessory for my mouse that I've actually featured in the channel a few years ago, and I still use it until now. I am an Apple user, so I love the Apple mouse because it has so many functions. It just really works well. The only problem with this particular mouse is that the ergonomics is so bad. That's why I have this one. This is called the Elevation Lab. It's something that you put on the side of the mouse, which allows you to grip the mouse properly. So this one becomes very comfortable, perfect for ergonomics so that you don't get cramps in your hand. So love it. Oh, I forgot all about this one. This one is a game changer. This is a tough card from Sony. This has been my SD card of choice. Look, it's all tough cards except for this one. This is a spare Extreme Pro, but actually that's not supposed to be there. Everything here are tough cards. The one that's recording me now and the one that's here are all tough cards. Why is that? Because I don't like these cards anymore. That's why they're just backups, because the tendency is these things get destroyed right there, this one. So it destroys your card. With this tough cards, look, listen to it and listen. Listen, listen. That's how strong these things are. And they're relatively inexpensive. They're only about $50 for the 64 gig. That's why I've transitioned most of my cards to these Sony tough cards. Oh, and I forgot about this one. This one is the heart and soul of your flash. This is the Eneloop Pros. So the only batteries that I've been using for 2022 are this one, the Eneloop Pros, because they recycle really fast and they give very consistent power every time. Here you go. Eneloop Pros. That's the black ones. All right, so to charge this Eneloop Pros, this has been a total game changer. This is a charging set from X-Star. You could see that it is USB powered here. See, I have my Eneloops here too. It's USB powered this way, like that. So it connects to this main console right here. But the nice thing about this main console is that it's interchangeable. Right now, it's set for NPF batteries, like so. I can put an NPF battery like this, and at the same time, I can put an attachment here for FC100 batteries, which is really perfect because now I can charge, let's say I want 4 FC batteries at the same time. I can do that. If I want 4 NPF batteries at the same time, I can also do it like that. Pretty cool, right? And if I want to charge my Eneloops, it comes also with a battery charger like this. That's USB powered also, and that's perfect. Then finally, the last two are my main editing toys. The first is my Tourbox. This Tourbox Neo is a total, again, I'm using the term game changer, but it really was, because it allowed me to pre-program all my actions or everything that I use all the time into something that's so easy and convenient to use. Like, this is for Photoshop. I use this one for multiple brushes. This one is to make my brush bigger or smaller, zoom in, zoom out, action set, action set, action set there. So lots of things that you could do with this particular machine that personally made my workflow so much faster. My only gripe with this one, this particular version, is the one that still comes with USB-C. However, they came out with a new one, the Tourbox Elite. I think that's Bluetooth powered, which actually makes it even more practical to use. And finally, it's been a while since I've talked about the tablet. This one is a pen display. This is made by Huion. It's relatively affordable. However, I really wouldn't trust it when it comes to color accuracy, but this is perfect whenever you want to just make those edits, especially on the skin, basically editing the face. This one is beautiful and affordable. So I love this one. It's on my desktop all the time. And I have a smaller version, the 13-inch one that I bring around with my laptop. So there we go. These are my most used gear for 2022. So if you guys have any question with anything that I've discussed here, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Now, if you guys want to learn more about off-camera lighting, check out the rest of the videos in my channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please do. And while you're at it, click that notification bell. And of course, advance Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Till the next video.